Hello everyone, welcome to another Average Angler Live Match video. So we're at Landsend once again. We're on Tony Rickson's float only dig, second round. I've drawn peg 29 on the specimen pool. Could have drawn any of the three lakes here, but I've drawn specie. Didn't really want to draw this lake, but I've drawn it. Don't know if I'm in section with these guys, which are the fire pegs around here, or whether I'm in a section with these guys, which are the not as good pegs generally. I could be in either, and nobody seems to be sure on the bank. I should have asked Tony before the match. I've been told I've got a good edge. Plumbed it up, it's quite nice tighten, so maybe that'll get us out of trouble down here. Got quite a few top kits set up. Obviously got my cupping kit. That's just a bit of red tape because my cupping kit, plastic piece on the cupping kit. It's cracked, so that just stops it falling apart. What we got? Let's go through the rig. We've got a little 0.2 gram float, number 13 elastic. That's fishing short on the meat. That's for top kit and one on the meat. And I've got a little fine bristled float here, 0.2 again. It's not very deep here, look. So you're talking what, 3 feet max, 2 or 3 feet, 2.5 feet, 2.5, 3 feet. That's a catch anything rig, light elastic. Small light hawks probably get bust up on that. So with that in mind, if I do feel like I'm going to get bust up on that, I've got a slightly heavier 0.3 rig with beefier line on for the same line. Then got a very light margin float, so I like to fish them very, very light, just 2 little shots. That's how deep my margin is. Pulling my top kits out. And I've got a swinging rig, so down here, 0.3 dibber. And then I've got the line the full length for the top kit. All the shot with the dibber. That's for fishing shallow, swinging out past the end of the pole. And then I've got 0.2 dibber. Same sort of depth, shots under the float. Slightly shorter lash, that's for slapping. That's what I've got set up. I don't normally do that, but I thought I'd do something different for a change. Video's getting a bit samey. So there we are. Next time you see me, we'll be fishing. I'm confident that we're going to catch. I'm not confident that we're going to do well because I've went up against good pegs with good anglers on them. So wish me luck. Right then guys, first fish on. I've hooked 2 that sort of stayed on for less than 10 seconds. Fishing over there, just slapping, and then I saw a ghostie come into the swim just literally a few inches away from where I'd slapped, so I just picked the rig up and slapped it over his head, and then I floated around on a struck and I hooked this, but it's not the ghostie because the ghostie was still there. It's just been another fish that was next to the ghostie that I couldn't see. I've got my polarizers on at the moment, so I couldn't see him, but he's a nice size fish. Just sort of plodding about as these bigger fish do. There's a nice big coming. Just going to give him a bit more jib. I don't want to get him really quite far, facing this way. Shuffle. Happy days. He's a nice fish, he's a nice fish. He's crapping in my net, which is not nice. Very rude of him. He's not letting me get to the hook. Every time I get to the hook he's flipping over so that he's lying on me up. There we go. Jesus. Oh wow. He's well hooked. He was going to flip then, but I managed to stop him. There we are. Nice. 8 pounder straight in the bag. for you anymore. I'm going to get the feed out. The feed wouldn't while I was playing that fish. I'm not feeding heavy. I'm slapping the rig 3 or 4 times. And I'm doing that 3 or 4, I'm doing 3 or 4 repetitions of 3 or 4. And then I might feed a couple of 6 mils. I'm not going mad. Green slime. You might be thinking, why is he not rushing to get back out again? But the thing is with these big fish, you almost got to let them come back in under their own steam. Might be one of your foul hookers. There we go, told you. Right guys, I think I've accidentally kept you on. I thought I was turned you off, but there we are. That was actually quite nice. So what happened was I lost my up length. I lost my band off my up length. So I changed my up length and just pinged some bait out there. I lost the fish, which was definitely foul hooked because it was a really slow bite and the rig had fully settled. And normally with this slap in the habit, it's water doesn't have it properly, like this one did. And then I lost him, but somehow he took me band. There was a load of crap on the line, so I don't know if he swam into a bit of a snag and broke the band off somehow. I don't want to come out that one. I didn't want to come out, it's kind of wedged in the net. So it's £5 that puts on £13. Keep sticking at this. Well, the only other thing I've done is put some, the only other bait I've put in anything like that is I've put some bait in down on. Down the middle bit of flipping wet hands. It's one of the band things with wet hands. Yeah, so I've put, what was I saying? Put a bit of micro down the middle. I'm just going to give him another pinker bait now. Right guys, I don't know how far we're into the match, I ain't checked the time yet. Still catching over on the slapping rig. Got £28, about 4 carp I think. £28. Got another one in here, he's fighting very hard. So he might not be quite up properly, or he's a real big fish, I don't know. It's a nice fish, he's a nice ghosty. I've seen him, he's up in the mouth as well. Fish is definitely coming into some of the feed, and I can see him when they're in there. It's just to slap it over a few times and then they have it. Seem to work best today. We've got slapping it 3 times and they seem to have it on the 3rd slap. Slapping it once or twice doesn't seem to work quite so well. These are big fish, they've got to spend a bit of time turning around to find the bait. Look at the sight, look at that beautiful fish, look at the orange fish that is. A little £8. Angry little boy he was when I hooked him. Well, he's coming up as 6 he is, so 6 he is, not quite as heavy as he looks. So yeah, definitely responded now to a little bit more bait going in. Took my time to start with and was just like focusing more on slapping and less on feeding. And pinking off bits of bait, but what I noticed they definitely want a bit of feed, so giving them a bit of feed now. Got at least an hour in, maybe a bit longer. In fact, I'll tell you how long we are in. We're an hour in, hour and 4 minutes, so we'll leave it running for 5 minutes. I don't want to keep using up the battery early on in case we need it for not later on, but I also don't want to miss out on some fish. If I can get some on camera, because the last few matches that I've been filming, it hasn't really been great from a fish catching perspective. We ain't caught loads. Wind's picking up now, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this for. If this wind keeps making it hard for me to slap. Obviously when you're swinging the rig around, if there's a strong wind it doesn't swing very well. Got a bite then, but it was quite slow, like a roach or something. You get used to compensating for the wind. When the wind stops, then it changes again and it's hard to get your nice smooth slaps going. There we are, 3 slaps look on the same spot. And then they have it. Clinging on for dear life. right at the far bank, this last it's so stretchy. I'll try to do if I can. Get back on my top kit as fast as possible. Take the strain off my pole. Got some very stretchy elastic on. The 13 Preston Orano is quite stretchy. Give my feed while I'm there. A little rubber thing that I use for keep my rigs tied has come down onto the fish. I'll get rid of that. He's a fighter. It's a smaller fish, I think, like a 4 or 5 pounder. But as you know, these things are the ones that fight hard. They're the bigger ones. Just seem to walk them in with the lead, and then they have a little dogged fight under the pole tip, and they're done. But these fish are a little bit livelier. I mean, you're probably going to go 5. Yeah, he's probably a 5 pounder. Fucking that. I can get the hook out of him. He might go 5, he might not. 6. Got me landing net caught in the tree above my head. That put me on £40 with an hour in. This rate, on for a mega weight. Will it stay like this all day? Probably not. But you never know match fishing. Sometimes you have red letter days. It's a lot of pleasure fishing, you just don't know what's going to happen. I'll bait that there for him. I'm going to switch off again for the sakes of preserving battery, like I said, but you've seen what we're doing. You saw it working first hand there. Hopefully the cameras have picked up the slapping and everything. So catch you in a bit. Right guys, we've got a very big fish on here. 12:15, so we're 2 hours 15 in. I'm on 45, so things have slowed down a lot, but I've just swapped over. I've just swapped over to an 8mm pellet on the hook. See what would happen, and I was just about to give up on it because there's not a lot been happening with it. And then I've just hooked this, and it's a big fish, very big fish, I think. It's like a, double, one into double figures. I took my time with it. So it's going to be like £15 this is. Do a bit of feeding. Do a bit of feeding on lines out there. Concentrate on my feeding a bit actually, because I'm not concentrating enough, and I'll just accidentally fire that too far, which is not what you want to do. Yeah, this is a nice fish. He's up from the pipe bob. You just want to slowly coax him in this direction. Every now and again he gets wrapped up and he powers off. Ramp up the force on him a little bit, see if we can get his nose pointing in this direction. It's a big ghosty by the looks of it. So we can turn this way and then we got him. He's not swimming away from me like that and you're in trouble. gotta go in head first, so he's gonna get out. There's an absolute monster. Actually getting in the net. Oh, steady on, he's just putting me out. My drawer was open. Don't want you to hurt it yourself, big boy. It's actually hooked under the chin. Well, I was lucky to get him out. There's another net because this is 15, it'll put me under 60. That's a 10 pounder that is all day long. 10 or 11. So each time I think about coming off this line, something like that happens and I can't come off it. It's as simple as that, you can't come off it when it's like that. Right, I've just got the chest cam on, I've not put the tripod cam on. I've literally gone back out after that last fish you just saw me catch. Just slapped 3 times, it's gone straight under and I've hooked this and it's twice the size of the last one. I don't even know if I'm going to get this in this net. Stupid big fish. Could be regretting this silly little net today. What do I do about this? I had my chance, he was there and he was ready to come in. Now he's woke up, he's not so ready to do anything. That'll do. That is ridiculous. There we have it, guys. The most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. Literally get my fist in his mouth. It's gone. 19 that one is. Yeah. That is ridiculous. £19, guys. I just flicked, sorry I didn't get the tripod camera, I didn't want to lose it, but I thought I've got to get this on footage. That is the biggest fish I've ever caught on a pole, bar none. Well, it was 2.5 hours in, so it's like it's been 10 minutes since you saw that 19-pounder landing. I've got another decent fish on here. I thought, oh sod it, I'm going to put the cameras on because, you know, this can't carry on all day, so might as well get some footage. It feels like another big fish. It's not moving very much. He's not running very hard. He's got a bit of weight to him. He's not anywhere near as big as the last one, obviously. But he's still like, you know. He's still a nice fish. So I'm going to go and give him 7. That's that left hand net full now. So there's 52 pound in there. So I've got, you know, so I'm just trying to work out what I've got in the other net. That's all. Again on the 8mm pellet. What I've noticed, might be coincidence, I've got to slap the pellet very gently. If I slap the pellet in hard, it don't happen.